Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got a cool magic deck trick for you. I love magic tricks and I loved gimmick decks. I do. I have a bunch of gimmick decks in my magic closet. I love these tricks that kind of like where all 52 cards kind of work together to create this really cool effect that you couldn't possibly do with a regular deck or just as fast or, as easy. So what Erick Olson has done is he's taken the classic Stuart James trick further than that, which I've actually reviewed on, I think, some Big Blind Media releases. He's taken that trick and then he's upped it a notch. So it is further than that, but then it's with Erick Olson's closer. It's with Erick Olson's final kicker that is on the end of the trick. So if you're not already familiar with further than that, let me just explain how the trick goes. You just have your deck of cards, right? And then you deal down in front of the spectator using a random number that your spectator selects, and they are dealt their card. And let's just say it's the Ace of Spades, right? It's the Ace of Spades, and the card and all the other cards are just put back into the deck. So then you're gonna go through a series of reveals, okay? And the trick is all based on you're constantly one-upping the previous reveal, okay? So the first reveal is you're gonna mentally find their card. So you just go through a series of questions and you read their mind and you say, your card was the Ace of Spades. Ta-da! Then you're gonna do this reveal again, but you're gonna do it in a different way. You say, well, let's now do the trick the way, a math magician would do this trick. He'd probably spell down to your card. So you spell down Ace, A-C-E, and then S-P-A-D-E-S, and then at the end of Ace of Spades, bam, is their card. Great kicker. And you can say, well, let's take it even further than that. If I were a gambling magician, then along with the Ace of Spades, I would have found you the other three aces. Well, the A-C-E that you dealt, you turn those over, and they're the other three aces. So I could go even further than that and find, a straight. So your S-P-A-D-E-S that you dealt to the table, you turn those over, and that's the 2 through 6. So now you have most of the spades and all the aces on the table. And say, keep this gambling thing going, and then you deal 4 more cards, and you have a royal flush, okay? And up at the top, you have just the rest of the rando cards that aren't spades and aren't aces, right? And what Erick Olson has done is he's done an extra kicker with those random cards. So you can show them all completely shuffled. You scoop them all up, and then with very minimal movements and absolutely no sleight of hand, you're able to snap your fingers, wave your hand, cast a shadow, whatever you want, and the cards have all righted themselves in new deck order. Like I said, there's absolutely no sleight of hand in any of this. You don't have to be a card manipulator or a card jockey or a move monkey or a knuckle buster to do any of these things. You don't have to have any concept of gambling or dealing or anything to do this. The deck literally does all the work. Let's talk about it. Whenever I do magic reviews, my format is always the same. I use the same exact questions, and the first question is, what do you get? What do you get? You order this, it's $50. You pay your 50 bucks, it comes to you in the mail. What do you get? You get a little folded paper that has a crib sheet for your deck stack so that you don't ever have to go back to the video if you want to remember how the deck stack goes. And then you get the deck of cards, and every single card is included. Is it what I thought? Initially from the ad copy, I didn't know what to think. I mean, I could see the full performance in the trailer, and I recognized the trick, the further than that trick. But I think at that point, I wasn't sure what Erick Olson had contributed. So I had to watch the video to kind of fully grasp, okay, this is what the trick is about, and this is what I'm getting. How are the angles, and can it be inspected? There shouldn't be any angles in this at all. If you're already familiar with the Stuart James effect, then there's not really any angles for this. But now that you're not using a standard deck, It's a gimmick deck, right? It is a gimmick deck. It's 18 gaff cards, 18 gaff cards. So the deck cannot be handed out or inspected. So what's the overall quality and production value of the video? The video itself is 16 minutes long, so it's not overly long. It is well filmed, it's well mic'd, you get exactly what you need. As far as what they're gonna teach you, you're gonna get the same exact performance that was in the trailer. So they've included that within your 16 minutes. Then Erick Olson's gonna talk about the inspiration for the trick. Obviously, he's gonna mention the Stuart James effect. Then there's a second performance, which, it's the same exact trick, but it's just done at a different angle for different people. And then that's 8 minutes so far. So the additional 8 minutes is him teaching you the trick and the reset. Is it well made? It's all USPCC cards, USPCC tuck case, USPCC gaffs. How much practice does it require? What's the skill level on this? Hey, like I've been saying from the beginning, there's no sleights, no sleight of hand. You're pretty much just dealing cards to the table. That's really all you're doing. So it's completely self-working. The memory work, I think, is in you remembering how the trick goes. So, and the fact that it resets very simply, and the fact that the spectator really doesn't do anything other than, pick a number. You're doing everything on the table in front of them. So it's like a showpiece, right? So it's very easy to practice. It's very easy to practice because you just follow through with the reset, and then you just go through the whole routine again for yourself. And if you go over it multiple times, I'm sure the repetitiveness will stick in your head and you'll have it. And you'll know how to do this easily, and you'll know how to do the reset because you've been practicing the reset when you practice the performance. So the deck resets and sets itself over and over and over again, and Erick Olson's gonna teach you how to do that. Positives, all right, so what are the positives? This is so simple and so easy, and yet it will appear as if you are a card handling genius. In the hands of someone that is good at false shuffles, this will destroy. Negatives, all right, so what are the negatives? I'm gonna add negatives to, is this worth your money? Okay, I'm gonna put these two together because it's 50 bucks. $50 to me feels a little high for a standard deck of cards with 18 gaffs. It's 18 gaffs and 16 minutes worth of instruction. It feels like the price point is a little high on it. And I know that printing with USPCC is expensive. So obviously, if you don't print as many cards, then the cost goes up for each deck. So I'm sure that's part and partial with this. But I just want you to be fully aware, okay? I want you to have all the information up front because when I do a review, I gotta be honest with you, I gotta be factual with you so that you know exactly what you're getting. It is a standard deck of bikes. You're getting 18 gaff cards and you get 16 minutes worth of instruction. And it's kind of one of those tricks where you need a table, right? So you have to be the kind of card magician that is gonna have access to a table. And like Erick Olson has said, it's a great closer. It's a great way to close out your close-up routine or close out a stage routine if you came down to talk to some of your spectators. So just read some of the reviews probably and see if this works for you. Who would like this? I think anybody that already does the Stuart James effect, the further than that effect, you're already gonna know how to do this trick. And this is the kicker that you've always wanted with this trick. So I think if this trick is already a part of your repertoire, already a part of your performance, I think you're gonna love this. All right, so that's everything I can say about Olson's Closer from Erick Olson. Right now, you can only get this trick from BillAbbottMagic.com, and if you like it, I would suggest you head there to buy it. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.